So hello guys, welcome to javaisawesome, and in this video we are going to talk about how to take input and output in Java. Okay, so if I talk about the Java, like how to take the input. So for example, if you have any variable, for example we have a variable called int a equal to 20. Okay, so this 20 value we don't want to put directly, so we have to take this value from the user. Okay, so what user will do, user will input those value from the console. So for example, this is our console. Okay, so in this console, whatever we have typed, like we have typed the 30, so this 30 will come and it will store here, like that we have to do. So not only the one variables, maybe the some other variables we have. For example, we have a one integer type array. Okay, and in this array also we have to store the value. Okay, so for array we don't want to take one value. For array we have to take a multiple value. So might be they will enter 10, 20, 30, 40. All those value we have to store inside the array. Okay, those value how we can take from the users. It might be the string value. Okay, s equal to something double quote we have, and we need to enter the value. So user will enter hello world. Okay, those value we have to take and we have to put inside the string. So like that, so many questions will arise, and how we can do and how we can take the input from the users. But if you see, based on the data structures, okay, how to take the value and store inside the variables, and then after how we can use it. So there is lots of the way. Okay, but I'm going to show you in Java how we can do in the better way. Okay, so let me maximize this class. So if you see here, in Java we can do those things, taking a value from the users and store in our variables with the help of the javaisawesome pane, which is coming from the swing. Okay, and this class having a one method called show input dialog. So if you run this, I will show you. Okay, it will open this input box like that, and whatever you enter, okay, those it will take and it will print here in the console. So this is the one way swing. This is the console base. So you have to enter the value while running a with Java command, so that time it will work. Okay, and also you can see this is the scanner. So a scanner is very important. Okay, so I prefer a scanner only while taking a value from the users in the data structures. And buffer reader is also some of the people are taking, but that is also not that much of the preferable. Okay, but people are using some places, so you can see those also. Okay, but let us understand how we can take the value with the scanner class, because a scanner is very important. Okay, if I talk about the scanners, okay, so if I talk about the scanners, so let me go down, and this is the scanner class. So we have to create an object of the scanner in Java. So you can write a scanner sc equal to new scanner. Okay, and here you have to pass system.in. System.in means it will take the value from the keyword. Okay, I hope you understood. So system.in, it means this will take the value from the keyword input. Okay, and a scanner class will help us to take the value from the users. So what we can do is, whenever we want any value from the users with the help of the keyword, that time what we can do is we can write like that, like a scanner having lots of the method. So we can write sc.next. So next is a one of the method. It will return whatever the value, like a string type. Okay, if you want to take keyword value like some of the integer, so sc dot next int capital int, we have a method in a scanner, so it will give one integer value. Okay, if you want to take any of the float value or double value or short value, long value, anything, so if you want to take any long value, so you can write long a equal to sc dot next long capital long. Okay, so like that, so many methods are there. Okay, those we can use it and you can utilize it also. Okay, so for example, if you want to take any value as a character, charch variable name, so sc dot next will give the one string, and from the string we can use the dot, and caret of 0 we can use, and we can take the value from the users. So this is the characters we can read. If you want to read a boolean value, so we have a boolean method, so what we can write, we can write boolean b equal to sc dot next boolean, and like that you can read the value. Okay, boolean type value. If you want to double, no issue, d equal to sc dot next double, it should be a capital. Okay, and this will return a value, so whatever I am writing here, it will return the value. It will take the value from the users and it will return the corresponding data type. Okay, so you have to make sure those data type, and you have to understand it also. Okay, so that is very important concept. Okay, while reading a value from the users. Okay, so let's do the practicals, how we can do it. Okay, so if you go to the Eclipse, okay, and I have a one class called input, and here we have a already main methods. Okay, so for example, I want to take the value with the help of the scanner. So first I have to create an object of the scanner, which is available in java.util. Scanner sc equal to new scanner. Okay, and this scanner file, what we can do, we have to write system which is available in java.lang.in. This is the input streams we can say, and with the help of this sc we can take all this value. For example, I want to take one value from the users, so if you want to print something on the console, you can print it, and then based on corresponding those messages, the user or client will store the data. For example, I want to take one string value, so what I can do is I can print one message. Okay, enter string. Here I will give like that, and here I will create one object, a string s equal to new, not new, I have a scanner, so sc dot next, I can use it, and they will give the data. So what I can do, I can store those data inside the s. Once I store it, I can print it also again, whatever user given. Okay, so which is available in the s only. Let me run this code. Take a scanner, string data, taking a string data from the users. This is the code. Okay, let me print it so that you can understand in a better way. So if I run this, you can see interesting, this is the message. So while see this, I am able to write a string data. So I will write java is awesome. Once I enter it, you can see here Java. Why Java? Because I have written the Java is awesome, but it's printing only Java, which is the first word. No, I don't want only first, I want whole word. So next we'll give whatever the scanner having a next will give only and only the first letter. If you want all those letters, all those syntax, then you have to write next line methods. So this is the two methods we have for working with the Java. And if you see here again, I will write Java is awesome, and this time you can see it will print Java is awesome only, because it will not take only one words like in next methods. It's a next line method. So next line method will give the Java is awesome. Correct? Correct. So this is the one way. Let me comment it, because I don't want to see those things. And if you want to take the value, like what is the difficult value, so I will write something. Okay, what I'm going to write is, I will write for the integer. So I have a int a equal to sc dot next int. Okay, like that you can take the integer value, and in the same way just you have to print this a value here. Okay, here you can print a, and if you want to print any message, you can copy this line of the code. Okay, and you can print here one message, enter int. Okay, and just run it, nothing else. So once you run it, it will say enter int. I will give something 235, it will give 235, because I have printed again here. So it will next int, you are able to see here next int. In the same way we have a float, double, sort, int, whatever the database is possible. But one is difficult is boolean. I will write, okay, boolean b equal to sc dot next boolean. If you see, we got a method boolean. Okay, if you want to take a value called double d equal to sc dot next double. Okay, it will give the double value. If you want to take character, so in the character so many peoples are the confused, so those we have to understood. So how we can take the character value basically. So while taking characters, let me print one message. Okay, enter char, and here I will give, for example, we have a char ch equal to sc dot next, and if you write sc dot next char, this method is not available. So what we have to do is, we have to take the help of sc dot next, which is a string method only, and then after that we can reuse caret, and we can take only first characters, not after that characters. So it will give only one character and we can print it. So this is some in-depth concept logic, you can say, and you can simply write it, no issue in that. Okay, let me show you. So once I run it, you can see first we have to give the integers. So integer is 10. I have to give a boolean, so true, accepted. I have to give a double. I hope you see. So first I have given the boolean, then I have to give double. So double, what is something, it's a double. Now I have to give the character. So capital R I have given, so it will take capital R. Even if I give RAJ, but it will take not RAJ, it will take only R, because I have given here caret of 0. So only first character value we want. Okay, so like that we can take the primitive data types value. Okay, and that is possible to take. Let me remove it. Okay, why I'm going to remove is, like you understood, like in one variables how we can take the value. Okay, so because of that I'm going to remove it, and now I will tell you how to take array input. That is very important. For example, we have a one array. I hope you know how to create an array, and we have a one array equal to new array. we don't have a like that method, so we have to create a array like that only. And int, and I have to create a 5 size of array. So like that we can create a array. So this is just a declarations of the array which is 5 size, but right now this array contains only empty value. This array does not have any value, we can say. Okay, let me open, let me go down. Okay, so for example, if you write anywhere like that, okay, if you write anywhere int arr equal to new int, and if you decide to give the sizes 10 or 5 whatever. Okay, so what it will do is it will create that size of array, okay, in your memory. And for example 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, fine. And here it will store by default 0, by default 0, because integer type if you have created, this is the integer type, so by default it will store the 0. And indexing will do like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, correct. So this is the index point will happen, and by default the value will be 0 whenever you create a object like that. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to replace this 0 value with what? So 0 value will replace with some other value which in user will given. Okay, so what we have to do, user, we have to take the value from the users. Okay, take value from users, user, and store in array. So what we can do, so while iterating an array or taking an input value from the array, we have to iterate one loop, and loop should we start with 0 indexing, which is I equal to 0. This is the index point, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and it will iterate up to size. So by default every array having one length variable, and length variable will tell you what is the size. Okay, what is the size of this array, and through that we can calculate and we can do the operations on that. Okay, so for example, I have created one array here, and this array is ready. What I have to do is I have to take the input value from the users. So take value from users, store in array. Okay, so while storing a value from the users, so I have to take 5 value definitely. So what we can do, we can write one for loop which is running up to 5 times. Okay, this is the good way to do that, which is running up to 5 times. So int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus less than, because it will give the length is 5, but our indexing will start with the 0, so that it will go up to 4 only. Okay, and what we can do is inside this loop we have already a scanner object, so we can write here, hey array of I, which is 0 index position, store sc, take the value from the sc dot next int. Okay, once they will run one more times, it will give one value, we can store inside this, again our value will incremented. So every time, each and every time, if you see here, what will happen, value is incrementing. Understood? So each and every time what will happen, value will increment. So how it will work, basically how it will work, I will explain you, no issue. So first time, if our what are the index we have 0, okay, so for 0 it will store the data. So here data will be stored like a 10, again 20, 30, 40, whatever the data we have, it will store here and it will go to the forward directions. Okay, and once you store the data, do we need to print it? Yeah, once you print, then only you see like data is stored or not. Okay, so while printing we can use out. Okay, and we have a one array class. So arrays dot to a string, and whatever the array we have, we can convert it to the two strings and we can print it. So let me run. It's not going to print any message because we have not given the message, but our application is running here. So I am going to enter 10, 20, 30, 400, 500. This is the random data I have given, and if you see, it is stored inside this and here printed. Okay, so in the same way, sometimes what will happen is we have to print the message. So above we can write and print the message, but if it is not required, don't write it. Okay, in the some of the chance, maybe you have to iterate the array again and you have to print it. Okay, so that time you can write one more for loop. Okay, and you can write int I equal to 0, I less than equal to array dot length, in the same way, and I plus plus. Okay, and right now you don't want to take the value, you have to print the value. So while printing a value, what you have to do, you have to fetch the data. So you can write out inside this array of I. So whatever the value it will give, the first time it will give, if it is 0, it will give the 10. If you see this, it will give the 10. Second time it will give the 20. Third time it will give 30. Fourth time 400, 500 it will give, as it will run. And here I have given the next line, so it will go to the next line also. Let me save it and let's run one more time. So if I run this, and again I will enter the value 10, 20, 30, 400, 500, and if I enter, you can see the output. Okay, 10, 20, 30, all those values. So sometimes we require to print the data with the for loop, sometimes not required. So for printing also you can use like that. For taking the value, for printing the array. So guys, I hope you understood how to take the value in single, any variables, how to take value in the array. In the same way, if you want to take the value in the double, float, boolean, I tell you, just you have to change here. Next int, next float, next double, next boolean, next sort, next int, whatever you want to do. They have a already methods and you can use those method, and through that you can take the value from the users. Okay, if you want to take boolean, so for example you have to create one boolean array. So b equal to new boolean, and 5 size or 10 size, whatever you want to create, you can create it like that, one boolean array, and you can store the data inside this. So what we can do here, we have to write just array, you have to replace with the b. Here also we have to replace with the b. Okay, and it will be boolean, so just write a boolean. Okay, and in the same way from the b you can print it. Okay, from the b only you can print it. That much easy we have. And right now if you give an integer value, it will give the exception. So if you try with something this, it will give the exception. So what we have to do, we have to store the boolean only. So here you have to write true, false, true, false, true. Only I have given the 5 element. Next element I have not given. Okay, but it's not printing here. What will happen? B of I true, false, true, exception. If you see here, if you not give the proper data, it will give the exceptions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have done once again, and I'm going to give true, true, false. False spelling is wrong, so that's why it's given. So you have to give the proper. If it is true, give the true. If it is false, false, give the false. False, true, 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 and then after whatever the value we have given, it will print it again. Okay, so like that you can store the value inside the array and you can retrieve it also. Okay, so this is the array input you can take with the users. I hope you understood. Okay, so this is the way to take the value in array. Okay, if you want to take the value from the console, so like some of the time what will happen is in the data structures, so peoples are creating a methods, and in this method they are taking the value from the console. Okay, and sometimes if you go to the lead code or code force, whatever, they will directly give the value. Okay, so it's depend on the situations. You have to take the value from the console or not, you have to take it. Okay, if it is required, otherwise not required. So if you are talking about the data structure, so in data structures, most of the times whatever the value we have, we are entering from the console, which is from here, and once you enter it, those data we can take in our code and we can do the operations on that. So this is the things, like whatever the things we have done as of now. Okay, for example, whatever the things like we have to take the value from the input value, right? Take array value, sometimes required, sometimes whatever the graph and the tree, linked list, those value also we have to give from the console only, so it will happen. But this is the overview I have given, how we can take the value from the users and you can do the operation with the help of the scanner class. So whenever you are doing and solving any logical questions, any data structure question, please try with the scanner class and take the value with the scanner if it is possible. Don't take anything value and don't confuse to take something else. Just take the value with the scanner and write your code properly. Okay, that's it in this video. Thank you so much.